When it comes to surviving the Florida Shuffle, there's a lot of different things patients and family members have to do to be successful with that. For example, like for the patient, it requires the patient to be self-aware of what they're doing and of what's going on around them. Because for them to figure out that they're being treated badly or like things are going how they're supposed to, they have to have that self-awareness. Because if they don't have it, like it's hard for other people to advocate for them because of different laws and because of HIPAA and things like that. For example, we talked about that last week a lot. Um, it also takes them to be very committed to recovery, means that they're going straight forward with everything and they're not letting anything stop them, or they're minimizing, distractions, because that's the big thing when it comes to recovery. People are very like vulnerable and it's easy to get them to go back to what they were doing. And they also have to have the ability to be able to get through things and figure things out for themselves, because like the system could be very predatory. For example, when we talked about like the different insurance companies and everything, like they're very vulnerable when it comes to addiction because it messes with their emotional dependence, meaning that like it's easy to persuade them to do what you want them to do and not what they're supposed to do. Something else that is a very big factor is like financial issues. For example, if they're going through financial issues, they might take an incentive or they might trust the wrong person to like get them back on that road of not recovering. And something else that they talk about is like personal experience. Like it's very important because you have to have that motivation as an individual. And from the parents' perspective, for example, the story like Jamie's and the parenting go video that shows like love and family can struggle to protect a loved one. That's very common. A lot of people don't know that, but it's very common. So it's important for them to be able to advocate for their family member so they get the proper care, and they're able to help them when they should refuse to accept like discharges or incentives that might be brought upon them. And something else with the parents is the fact that like if they have a parent to help them navigate through everything, like it's easier for them. Having support is very important when it comes to substance abuse, because it's hard to navigate that by yourself. For example, people may feel very embarrassed, and that might cause them to not want to get help. It might just cause them to, relapse. And something else that's very important to think about is the fact that addiction recovery is very unpredictable, meaning that like anything can happen. So it's very hard to determine whether things will go bad or good. State intervention also plays a very critical role when it comes to addiction and recovery. For example, they talk about the Florida Sober Homes Task Force, which helps with that. They try to like um, reduce the people who are getting those incentives to do the wrong things and going back to their addiction. Um, but the task force is very important because at the end of the day, I feel like they reduce risks for the Florida Shuffle, and they also help protect patients from the predatory operators in unsafe facilities, which is very important. I feel like if the task force wasn't available for people with drug addiction issues, things would be way worse in Florida. Like, things wouldn't have gotten better at all. Even though everything isn't 100% corrected, I feel like it helped a lot. Thank you for watching.